Here we are in Glasgow right now, and I've bumped into Jimmy Constable from 911. How's it going, sir?
Oh yeah, you're right.
I'm not bad. Now this is very strange. The big reunion's on tonight, and we've just checked in the hotel at the same time. Tell me about the tour. Now, you guys were in Aberdeen last night. You're in Glasgow this evening. What's been the best bit so far for you?
Well, we had a taste of being back in Scotland last night. Obviously, the Aberdeen thing was the first date that we did up here. But yesterday also, we did a shopping mall, and we announced this thing on Twitter where we would kind of do like a, I think they call it like, it's like a dance-off. We invited people to come down to do the body shaking. We didn't realise that when we got to the shopping mall, it was just ridiculous. I mean, we're talking like thousands of people turning up, you know, to just... And we literally got in the middle and said, right, okay, put the music on. Whoever does the best body shake, we're going to give you tickets for the show. Anyway, it went off and it was just amazing. And last night, the support from the Scottish fans was amazing. To be honest, the big one is tonight.
I've got to ask you, Gregsy from the Big Saturday Show hosted the shopping mall yesterday. Was he doing any of the body shaking, Gregsy and Alyssa?
Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah, they were everyone was doing it. Everybody was having a good time. The strange thing is that it was crossing over the generations. All the little kids were all doing it. All the mums were kind of saying, right, you get up and you do it. But it's been amazing. Obviously, body shaking is massive for them.
Do you think body shaking could be this summer's Gangnam Style? Bringing it back?
We've talked about obviously remixing it for the summer, just because everybody seems to love it again. You know, we are going to do a couple of remixes and see how things go, but you never know, it could all blow up again.
So here we are back in Glasgow where it all started for 911 all those years ago. For anybody listening to the Hot 20 right now who might not necessarily know the history of 911, just tell us what Glasgow means to you guys.
Well, we basically, when we decided to become a band, obviously me and Spike were dancers and we kind of auditioned Lee, but when we decided, because our manager lived up here, we decided that we would move to Glasgow and base everything from here. So we lived in a place called Kinning Park, which was our old manager's flat, and then we moved to Pollock Shields. And we basically lived here for a good year and a half to 2 years doing school tours with no money and blah, 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 and building up a fan base. So the first day we arrived here, we had nobody. By the time we left to sign our deal and we had to move to London because that's where it was happening, we had thousands of followers from Glasgow, so it's kind of a special moment for us tonight. It's like a homecoming to see the people that supported us from day one.
So what about the tour so far? I believe today, and I was talking about this on the radio earlier, your bus has broken down, so how come you guys are in Glasgow and all the other bands are they got stuck in Dundee, of all places?
Well, to be honest, the reason we're here is because we actually got a car down early this morning, basically because we've had so much press stuff to do today, and also some filming stuff, but we've also been into the studio where we've been writing all the new music, playing it to people. We've had a couple of meetings with people that are going to be coming on board to do the tour. The new album is going to be called Illuminate, so we've had a creative director in today to kind of talk about different things. We just had so much that we had to do today, and there's no way that we could have done it by arriving at 5, but obviously to find out now that the buses broke down.
So what happens if the bus doesn't make it to Glasgow? Is it going to be the 911 show tonight?
Well,
you mentioned it was a homecoming, didn't you?
Well, we just said that. I said if they don't turn up, it's basically 911 at the SEC. So
yes!
God, we've never dreamt of that one ever happening again. You know, our managers kind of told us that the bus is on its way. They sent another bus for them. Unfortunately, the bus that they've sent is going to be a normal bus, whereas our bus is very... the whole sides are splashed with our faces and the big reunion and stuff. So we were laughing earlier on when we found out, because they'll be fuming because, you know, the travel is like 5.5 hours. And I know it's a luxury bus, but they've obviously got the dilemma of the bus is broken down, and you know, nothing's going to be working on the bus because it's broken down in this sweltering heat. They've had to unload everything and get it all onto another bus. They're not going to be in the best of moods when we get here.
Typically on the hottest day that Scotland's had this year. Tell me about being on tour with the rest of the guys. Tell me who's been the smelliest on the bus, who's been the funniest on the bus. Tell me all those kind of things, because obviously they're not here to defend themselves, so you could totally make this up, but the Hot 20 listeners want this kind of goss from you.
To be honest, there's so many different personalities. I mean, Sean from 5, the guy is loopy, but in a good way. He's so funny. We've actually bonded really well with the 5 guys. We've been sharing dressing rooms, and we never really kind of got on in the old days and stuff like that, but they're you know, lovely guys. I did a PA gig with Abs last night. That's the funniest guy I've ever met, honest to God. Personality wise, on the buses you've got like Kerry, who's got the biggest gob ever. I mean, you can hear her coming for miles. You got the Blue Lads, which I've only been on the bus a couple of times because they're only doing so many dates, and I think it's just everybody's so many personalities. But the funniest thing that we have is that everybody just talks about like school runs and their kid, because we've all got families now, and in the old days it was rivalry and let's go to a club.
Also, I just want to know as well, has there been any pranks or anything going on backstage that we should be knowing about, or, you know, has anybody got any nicknames that they've developed over the past few weeks?
There hasn't been many pranks at the minute. To be honest, it's only early days. We're only four days into it from a tour point of view anyway, and we have also had opportunities where we've been going off and doing bits, not getting on the bus. You know, Kerry's been going home to see her kids when she's been near to where she is, so not everybody's been together anyway. But pranks wise, there's still bits and pieces going on. They set me up last night while we were on stage. We do a bit where we talk book in between. And there's been this funny thing where they've organised extra shows in December for matinee shows.
Give that a big plug right now to the Hot 20 listeners. Tell us all about it.
So December, basically, we're coming back to do another arena show,
sure,
which is going to be the Christmas party one. That's sold out, so they added some matinee shows. Unbeknown to me, when I was on stage last night, because I wasn't really with it, Spike whispered in my ear and said, quote, the matinee shows. So I'm in Aberdeen going, right, so we're coming back in December, Aberdeen matinee shows. We're not even doing a matinee show at Aberdeen.
Oh no.
So basically, Spike was just landing me in it on purpose.
At the wind-up.
So, yeah, all this stuff goes on all the time.
Well, listen, you've got a sound check. I'll have to let you run just now, but thank you so much for coming on the Hot 20.
Thank you very much.